Heath Cline is Columbia, South Carolina's #1 rated talk show host, not just sports talk host, but all of Columbia Talk Radio. Heath Cline is worthy of the title of South Carolina's best sports show.
What time is it? What time is it?
Game time with Heath Cline on 107.5 The Game. Get in the game. It's game time.
Hey, good afternoon to you. Hello there. How's it going? Heath Cline here with you, live from Radio Row at the Final Four. My goodness, have we got a show for you. We have got a ton of coverage of Gamecock basketball and everything going on here at the Final Four. And, of course, our coverage of Gamecock basketball in Phoenix is brought to you by Herndon Chevrolet of Lexington. Herndon Chevrolet, find new roads.
For the past almost 10 years, from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. daily, Heath has been the must-listen-to sports show on 107.5 The Game, the home of the Gamecocks.
Most folks obviously reacting to what went down with the Gamecocks, losing over the weekend in decisive fashion to Clemson. Just one team markedly better than the other. The only chance you had, as we said going into it, was that you had to have a night where Clemson didn't play to their level. And they've had some times where they've done that. They didn't do it against NC State. They didn't particularly do it against Troy. They obviously didn't do it against Pittsburgh. So there were times where they've played games where maybe you take a team that should be at a higher level and are vulnerable. That was this time, though. This time they were very much ready. Deshaun Watson was accurate in a way he has not consistently been this year. Heck, you look at it, 6 incompletions, and of those 6, 2 or 3 of them were obvious drops. He was on, and you couldn't win the matchups, couldn't win on the line, you couldn't win anywhere. I mean, they were better. Simple as that.
I heard several callers ago talking about Clemson being disrespectful to South Carolina Saturday night. Can you elaborate on that? What did Clemson do that was so disrespectful?
It was the timeouts at the end of the game, which basically was for a curtain call for some of their guys, and some people felt like that wasn't appropriate to do. I don't place a lot of stock in any of it.
Won more games at Clemson than any other group in history to be able to be recognized by the fans. And I don't understand how that could be considered disrespectful.
It's just the nature of the beast, though. I mean, look, when Ben Boulware is on the other team, you say that guy's a classless jerk. And that's how it always works. Fans love what their team does to celebrate and love what their guys do. And then the other guy that walks with swagger or whatever, well, that guy's just a cocky jerk. I mean,
for the past 2 years, Heath has been named one of the top 30 sports talk hosts in all of America by Radio Inc. magazine. That's because Heath is everywhere.
Coming to you live from Manhattan today, and Gamecock basketball, and yours truly coming to you from the Big Apple, a few blocks away from the Garden after watching Baylor practice and watching the Gamecocks practice.
And even when it's not in the budget, Heath still goes to the top events on his own dime. This guy loves sports. He has the contacts all across the country, giving him the best guest list a local host could ever hope for.
Bobby Crimmon's with us here on 107.5 The Game. Coach, when you went to the Final Four, what were the biggest challenges for you as a coach with keeping your guys on an even keel for this?
Staying on the same routine. Tickets. Now the NCAA helps parents go to the Final Four.
Will Muschamp joins us now here on 107.5 The Game. Coach, how are you? I appreciate your time here on what's always a busy day.
Doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, but I don't have to rely on the whims of 17 and 18-year-old kids. What is a day like this like for you? Mike Boynton with us, of course, now Oklahoma State head coach, but long before that, former Gamecock great. If I had talked to you, let's say April 10th, maybe last year, which would you have believed me more on? If I said, hey, I'll talk to you at the Final Four so the Gamecocks are there. We'll be covering the Gamecocks in the Final Four next year. Oh, yeah, or by the way, you'll be Oklahoma State's head coach. Which one would you have more trouble buying from?
Wow, that's a hard one. I probably would have believed more that South Carolina would play here, and only because of the belief I have in Frank Martin.
Joined now by the head man of Illinois, Brad Underwood. My goodness, have you had a couple of weeks, huh?
It's been a whirlwind, that's for sure.
Always prepared, always respectful of his callers, always a pro. Thank you for your consideration of Heath Cline as South Carolina's best sports show.